Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fantastic episode of Hobby Nonsense Podcast. I'm your co-host, Ray, national treasure, global icon, and I'm here joined by my good friend, my co-host, none other than the Shaq-wearing, Dancing with the Stars dancing, Jesse, a.k.a. Sports Boy Gibson. Jesse, how was your weekend?
I'm sorry, I was waiting for the fanfare, all the clapping to die down.
Just added into post.
Into post, yeah. Here's the thing. There's such a part of me that wants to break the fourth wall and just be like, listen, guys, I got to tell you something. Can I do it? Do you care if I break the fourth wall?
I love it.
Do you know what that means? You're familiar with the saying? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the second time Ray and I are doing this. Granted, we did not
same
complete,
intro.
I will say dead on same intro. Like even the order in which you said it. It's someone listening is like, oh, you chose to do that twice, huh? It
was so good we had to do it twice.
Yes, exactly. I think that what we're doing is something that we never used to do on the SCN pod, which was like change or fix anything that we both agreed like could use fixing or needed to be fixed. We would just be like, nope, that's what it was, so that's what it'll be. I don't agree with that every time. I do agree with that in cases where it's like it was valuable. There was something important that maybe it just embarrassed us or something. But I realized the reason why you're hearing this now is Ray and I had a little conversation. I was just like, at the end of this
called me
conversation,
so many names.
Lies. He
made fun of my mother.
Why does this always happen?
He made fun of the things that I eat.
The person that sits across from me,
my weight. He made fun of my weight.
Oh well, we know that now. You know it's a lie because I could never. The idea of redoing the first 20-30 minutes of the show was because I determined what the conclusion we got to on our conversation was just, it was essentially no real value. Like, and I don't want to put the listener through all that again. There was no reason for it because it was essentially what people are doing already is good. And let's leave it at that. There was no reason to argue. So take two. My bugaboo. I started with a bugaboo.
Yes.
Right? And I would like to reintroduce said bugaboo to you.
Yes.
But now we can kind of clear this up and make it a little more cohesive. So my bugaboo was that we're not seeing enough promotion and marketing on the non-sports side of the hobby. And I say that being as someone who has been asked to promote things on both the sport card and non-sport card of things, both on social media and the podcast. But I just don't see not only like the companies that make these cards, Topps, Upper Deck, Leaf. I don't not only not see them reach out, but I also am just not seeing a lot of social media posts about these things from them. There are communities of Star Wars collectors. They have, break or trade nights at the National that we just found out about, which looks awesome, by the way. I can't wait to go next year. There's Disney collectors. They have these Facebook groups that are really intense, but they're also really cool to see what people have collected. But at the end of the day, I don't know how we're reaching people outside the hobby that we're currently in. And that's my biggest concern is like getting promotion, marketing to them. And I want there to be more emphasis in that space. I once reached out to Aaron Abrams, who, by the way, he's going to be a guest in 2 weeks from now. Aaron Abrams is the culture and entertainment director over at Topps. Honestly, a really cool guy, funny guy. We've talked many, many times. He's been on the pod before. He's going to come on because that's the week that Disney releases. And it's going to be really cool, too, because he's got like some embargoed, like basically first release data or information about that product.
What do you think it is?
I honestly, I do not know. I can't think of what it would be that they would wait until the day of release to talk about.
Maybe we'll have a lot of retail products.
It could be that they have, well, we already know that's already public though, that they're going to have the Mega and Blaster boxes. Okay. But it could be something in line with that. Who knows? But he's coming on the show, and I want to ask him some of these things because I've posed that to him before. I was like, I think I went back maybe, we'll call it like 3 months or so, and I think there was less than 5 posts on the Topps site or on their Topps social media page on Instagram where they posted anything about non-sports. And it was like they do multiple posts a day, and they have big. This was also during a time where they had like multiple Star Wars. They had Topps Genesis. They had I think a Marvel, X-Men 87 or 97, excuse me. But there was so little actual promotion of it, and I'm just like, why is this? Like, why are we not doing more here? And I don't think Aaron necessarily had an answer for me at that time. But it is something that I still want to encourage Topps and Upper Deck for their, like Upper Deck has a really cool Batman product about to come out, but they've also had some other products that like the Scooby-Doo one that was actually more popular than I think a lot of people were expecting. They just had their James Bond product, which granted it's a little after the release of James Bond, but it's a cool product. Guys are liking it. They had the Boys that just came out.
The Boys.
And it's just like, okay, but if I wasn't like specifically looking for non-sport card releases, I would see very few of these things. I wouldn't even know. And I see a lot in the non-sports cards nonsense group, people posting their cards. They hit a nice, whatever IP it was, Star Wars, Disney, the Boys, call it what you will.
The Boys.
And then someone, multiple people inevitably are commenting on there. Where did you get this? What's this called? How do I find this?
I hate that.
And it's just like some of these are the biggest products of the year. It's like the Marvel product. There are people asking about the Topps Chrome Marvel product. And I'm like, you're a card collector in this group and you love non-sports cards and you don't know anything about this? That doesn't seem like we're doing a good enough job in this side of the hobby. Because on the sports card side, they're spending tons of money on like these really cool videos with athletes. And they're doing, I think, a decent job of putting that word out, not just in social media and YouTube, but there's commercials now. There's stuff like advertised with, they'll pay for sponsorships and news articles and things like that. But I just don't see anything really being done on the non-sports. So that's my bugaboo is just overall marketing when it comes to what we see on the non-sports side.
I agree 100% with you on that. And while you were talking, Jesse, the image of Gary V, boots on the ground.
Yeah.
With all of the V Friends stuff that he's doing. And I know he gets a lot of flack from people that are thinking that he's just pumping and dumping.
Sure.
But to your point, he's trying to grow. Maybe he saw that lack of marketing in the non-sports area.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what? There is a gap here that I can completely take advantage of with the non-sports aspect of the hobby.
That's a good point.
And blow it out. Yeah. Because he sees all the hobby boxes, and to your point, all the stuff is so expensive, but then you're not hearing about it. You're not hearing about the Topps Marvel Chrome. Yeah. And then Gary V's like, you know what? V Friends version 2 is coming out, and you're going to hear about it.
Exactly. It's like, oh, someone could see that and be like, oh, I didn't even know they were making non-sport cards other than Pokemon. And it's like, that honestly I could realistically see that being the response, because how would they ever know? Mm-hmm. There wouldn't be any promotion or advertisement or anything like that. And he's in a different world that would be able to reach a lot of those non-card collectors.
Yeah, there's a lack there. Yeah. I think they need ambassadors like ourselves, which that's what we're doing here. We are ambassadors for the non-sports card side of the hobby. And we're here. We're here to give you all the information. We're here to give you all the stuff that's releasing. We're probably doing a better job than some Upper Deck, than Topps at times. If you're gonna
the marketing department,
if you're gonna have all these new products releasing, and I don't see a post at least on your Instagram, what are we doing?
Exactly. I mean, and to say like there's been nothing, I can't say that, because there's definitely been. There's a post on SpongeBob, and we're going to talk about a little bit about that too. There's a post on probably Disney. I think there was one on Disney. I saw one on Facebook at least. I don't remember if I saw one on their Instagram, but it's like just a post when I'm seeing so much come from all the other sport card releases. It's just like, I don't know. It feels like it's very lacking. And
it's lacking.
At the Topps conference this year, they told us all about all these new Instagram handles that they've created specifically for different sports. They've done them for basketball and baseball and all this stuff, UFC, WWE, but they also did them for pop culture. There's Topps Pop. I tag them a lot in posts that I'll make, but I don't think
they should be resharing that.
I honestly, I don't think they've made a single post.
Every tag that they ever get from any creator, especially when they have a large following, that's an easy way to advertise, and they're just missing the boat on it.
It's pops.tops. And actually, hang on, correct me. I may be corrected there because I just went to that and that is not it. There is one. I'll have to figure out what it is. But yeah, I don't think they've made any posts out there, and I'm just like, why did we create all these to not actually to use them? It's never mind. It's just Topps Pop.
Topps Pop.
All together, Topps Pop.
Cool.
And there's no posts.
0 posts.
There's only 333 followers, for goodness sakes.
Oh my. And then I think there was a Topps Instagram handle.
Exactly. I mean, the thing is like when at the national or at the conference, the Topps conference, the people that were there, they were like, hey guys, follow all these new accounts for us, that help us get them off the ground. And we'll follow you back from those two. I don't know. Maybe they're following me. I'm going to double check, but they are. They are following me. That's great. But there's no posts on that. And I don't think anybody's actually done anything with that since it was created. So it's like, I'm okay if you guys decide to go a different route. That's fine. Whatever. But go a different route. Don't go no route. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So yeah, I wanted to put that out there because I see the other parts of the card community going off right now. We're seeing a lot of like the sports cards setting new records. And while there's been some really cool products that have come out this year and they're continuing to come out, especially coming up in the next few weeks, it's like, I'm glad, but I'm worried too. At the same time, they're coming out pretty expensive. They're very, very valuable, but does it hold value if no one is buying them because they don't know about it? You know what I mean? So
great point.
That being said, we did find out that my prediction of what would be Topps Disney Chrome, what that price would come out at. Again, this is not Disney this is not Topps setting this price. This is what the resellers are coming out at. So this is, your Dave and Adams, Steel City, blowouts. They're coming out. It looks like around $750 a box.
It's insane.
$9,000 for a case. It's
how many cases are you buying, Jesse?
I have 4 cases coming.
Oh boy.
I have 4 cases coming. Again, that is retail. So I'm not going to lie and say like, oh, I paid $9,000. I did pay less than that, but it's still expensive, even from the allocation standpoint, just because it's a popular product. But it's like, man, that's an expensive product to be coming out and not really doing much to ensure that we got a lot of collector base out there.
So it worries you.
It does. That's my concern.
Someone that makes their living
on cards
and breaking.
Yes, because
you see no marketing material whatsoever.
Exactly. Because my thing is, all right, well, come out cheaper and just make a cheaper product. That's one thing. And then it's like, okay, more people are buying it because it's cheaper. You've opened up more doors there to your customers. Or keep it expensive, but make sure more people know about it. Because at some point we could see a position where there's just not enough people that can afford it and buy it. And then all the people that did early on, they're left with like, oh, well, my value's gone down because the case I bought to hold as an investment or the box or the individual cards themselves, they're just not as valuable anymore because we're not getting new collectors in this space.
Gotcha. I have a question, Jesse. Maybe you can answer this for me. Is there in the Topps, is there like levels to certain IPs, like when they release? Like I know that
popularity
or like value wise, like you were saying Marvel.
Yeah.
Like is it Marvel is it Topps Chrome and then Marvel Mint and Marvel Sapphire?
Well,
like is there anything lower than?
So yes, there's so X-Men Finest, like the Topps Finest X-Men 97, that would be considered lower. But
the same thing. Like if Disney came out
every single year,
like if Disney came out, it's like, okay, the Disney products are coming out.
Yep.
Let's say like a car. You get like the LX version and you get the base model and then you get the luxury version. So like if Disney Topps comes out and you have your regular Disney Topps and then Disney Chrome and then Disney Sapphire. Like, is there something like that?
So when it comes to differentiating the products, that is how it's done. Like Sapphire is more expensive than Topps Chrome.
Okay.
At least most of the time, that's the way it would go. Finest would be cheaper, and Topps Chrome's like the flagship, right? So, and most times that product comes out, that is going to be your most expensive one. Now, they haven't really done one for Disney as of yet. Everything Disney that's come out from Topps is expensive.
Just Chrome.
And when it was with Upper Deck, it was cheaper, but at the same time, they weren't doing as much. And there's just not like people aren't spending tens of thousands of dollars on a Spider-Man 1/1 Marvel Upper Deck card as they would with the Topps Chrome one. Like,
why do you think?
Topps is the name. I mean, when you ask your grandma or just this person down the street who has no knowledge about cards, and you ask them, hey, who makes cards? Who makes sports cards, trading cards? And I'm sure that they say Pokemon in there, but I guarantee you the other name is Topps.
Really?
I think that is by far the most associated name with cards.
We may need to do a Jesse on the street and ask these people.
Ooh, I would like
go
that,
straight
actually.
to the source.
That. Yeah, I think we should absolutely. And so it comes down to what are other options to get them into people's hands at a lower cost. They're actually doing that a little bit more lately. So Star Wars just came out at Costco. I think you could get a box for, it was under $50.
Yeah,
it may have been under $30.
I think it was like $34.99.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go by Costco this week and try and get some just to see what's in there.
Fire.
Well, I mean, like when you think of like, boxes for the hobby product come out at like $200. Now, granted, your odds of hitting something are much, much higher in hobby than they are in there. At least it's an option, right? And I'm glad that they're doing that.
I love
Star Wars. But they're just doing this now with Disney as well. So the Disney product, again, we talked about Disney a lot last week, but I did just want to this is a follow-up on that conversation, because the mega boxes and the value boxes that are coming out, those are going to be more affordable. Granted, there's still, like, I think Steel City has the mega box is at $125 each, and the value box is at $60 each. So I think they're calling it just the blaster box. But yeah, those are more affordable. Your odds, of course, are lower to hit something, but it at least is an option. And I'm glad they're doing it. I do wonder if they'll put them out in a Target or a Walmart. Time will tell, but I am curious.
Just imagine if they do a box at Costco, like they did the Star Wars one.
I mean,
you get like special parallels, Costco only.
It would make some news. It would be good. It would be great. We'd get some marketing that way. We would get some marketing going out that way. But yeah, I don't know. I think that we are in a position where we could use more attention on this side of things. And that's coming from someone who has seen the attention given on the sports side of things, right?
I'm gonna make it my personal vendetta.
Wait, isn't it vendetta like when you go like?
Yeah, I don't know. Did they do
something to you? Your personal, just a
mission.
Mission. Okay.
My mission.
Yeah.
A year from today, we're gonna be the biggest content creators in the space
for non-sports.
Oh, baby. And we're gonna blow everything out of the water.
I love that. I would argue to say there's not many, if any, that are bigger than us as is for just non-sports. But that's what's weird.
That is a problem.
That's a problem, though. Like we need more people in this space, and you know how we get more people? For just finding out that people like this space, finding out that there's more people that collect in this space. There's a reason why Sports Cards Nonsense, the Facebook group, is about 6 times larger than the non-Sports Cards Nonsense group. There's just more people that know about sports cards than they know about non-sports cards. And you could argue like, oh, well, people care more about those too. And maybe that is the case, but I would not say they care more about the IP around those. So it's like, oh, well, I love the Dodgers, so I've got tons of Dodgers cards. Well, people love Star Wars, but they don't even know they're Star Wars cards. Mm-hmm. So it's like, well, let's find out if that's the case. Let's make sure they know. So yeah, anyways, that's your bugaboo, just Sports Boys bugaboo. And then we've got the fact that we did the update on Disney. I've got something for SpongeBob to talk about there, just because we never got around to talking about that.
Who is the gentleman that's coming in from Topps again? That's in 2 weeks?
Aaron Abrams.
Aaron Abrams.
Thank you for saying that, because that reminds me. In the Non-Sports Cards Nonsense Facebook group, there is a post. It is pinned for questions for Aaron. Go out there, put your question in. I will do my best to try and ask him that. Now, if your question is just like strictly attacking, like,
be banned.
Straight to jail. Straight to jail. If you word it in a way where it's like, why does Topps never print out anything good? I'm not going to ask that question. But if you ask something like that's critical, but it is done, you're asking it in a way that you actually want to see them benefit or us benefit from it, I'm okay with asking those questions too. So go out there, check that out. Again, Aaron's a great guy, and I'm very happy he's coming on.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I think you'll like him. Before we go, more non-sport card top stuff. We've got a few things to talk about in social media world. You've got Pokemon updates for us as well. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's go. Just a little Ray's Poke Corner for the day.
Ooh.
Real quick. We have several new products coming out, Jesse. I don't know if you know this, but in November, we don't know exactly the right date.
Okay.
But a new Team Rocket's Moltres Ultra Premium Collection box is releasing.
Okay.
For $119.99, which will include Journey Together, Destined Rivals, and the new a mix of different ones from Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it won't have any of the new stuff. I just wanted to double check on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to include 3 stamped promos.
Okay.
Of Moltres, some of all the ones that you're going to see in Scarlet and Violet, which there's a special illustration rare stamp promo Moltres card that you're going to be getting in the box.
Oh,
in the Ultra Premium Collection box.
Now, Ultra Premium Collection boxes, can you tell me, what is it that makes them Ultra Premium?
For the people that don't know, Ultra Premium Collection box, I think the first one, if I can remember, was the one from the Charizard Ultra Premium. No, I can't remember what the first one was, but there's been a Charizard Ultra Premium Collection box, the 151 Ultra Premium Collection box, and there's been others, but those two are the best ones in my opinion.
So they haven't been around since the beginning of Pokemon. This is something new,
relatively new.
Okay.
So they're around $100. They come with 18 packs.
And where do you typically get them? Is this like a Costco thing, or is this?
You can get them anywhere. You can get them at you can get them at Walmart. You can get them at Target. You can get them at your local LCS.
Oh, okay.
So you can get them pretty much everywhere. So 18 packs. It comes with a playmat.
Oh.
So the playmat is usually exclusive to that Ultra Premium Collection box. In this case, it's a Team Rocket Moltres mat.
Okay.
So it's very much like branded whatever the box is.
Makes sense.
So you'll get a deck box. You'll get a metallic coin instead of a plastic one for the people that actually play the TCG.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And you'll get 6 damage counters and some dice. And that's pretty much it. But usually the really cool thing about it is you'll get exclusive promos for that box.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of like the big kicker.
Got it. Okay. So the promos are what people are chasing after a lot of the times, other than the packs, of course.
Correct. So like for an instance, in the 151 Ultra Premium Collection box, the promos in there were there was a Mew and there was a Mewtwo and a Gold Mew. So those you couldn't pull those out of the packs. You had to get them from the Ultra Premium Collection box.
And that's the only place they were?
Correct.
In those okay.
Correct.
Are those up in value since they came out?
Yeah, the Mew has been going crazy.
But because it's like, okay, why a lot of people would probably guess, especially if they're not used to that side of the world of collecting, is if I guarantee you that card is in every box that you buy, then everyone's going to be like, I don't care about that one because everyone's got it.
In that case, right? In most cases, right?
But that's not the case with Pokemon sometimes. It is, at least that's what it seems to be, where these promo cards can sometimes just take off out of nowhere.
Exactly.
I am
because they're great. And the promos are really hard to grade in general.
Oh,
because they're not protected.
Yeah.
Like they normally are. So, Yeah, I love, and then the Charizard box has the 3 best Charizard promos ever in those boxes, and that box is freaking awesome because it has Evolving Skies packs in there. It's got it's a really nice box.
Okay.
All right. So the next thing up is speaking of Ultra Premium Collections, there is a Mega Charizard X EX Ultra Premium Collection box releasing in November, just to be specific, because I do have the date on this one, November 14th.
Okay.
Which will include a Mega Charizard X card in there as the promo, and the playmat on this thing is amazing. It's going to come with special sleeves, a coin, all that good stuff, 18 packs. But the crazy thing about this set is that everything for that all the product in that set is going to be releasing November 19th. So the booster box, the everything all at once, because usually
normal, right?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Usually they kind of
spread it out.
But I just heard that the new Phantasmal Flame set is going to be one of the smaller English sets of all time. So there's not going to be a lot of cards in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Value. Those things are going to go crazy, dude. Like, if that's the case, if they're already advertising as one of the smallest English sets of all time, dude, the value on those, oh my God. How are you ever going to find it at Walmart or anything like that, right? Like, I don't know.
That's what they say.
You know what? I saw this post the other day, and I think I agree with it, but I'm curious. This goes right in line with what you just said. It was talking about how there's one hobby shop at least that's doing this. I'm sure there's others out there, but they advertise it where if you go into their shop on, a new release of a Pokemon product, or actually they may be doing it for all Pokemon products, but let's just say that you go in there for the new release of a Pokemon product and you buy a box of an ETB. If you're going to walk out of the shop with that new product, you are going to pay double what someone would do if they went ahead and opened it there in shop.
Well, they usually cut the plastic,
or they'll cut the plastic. I mean, that's kind of my thinking is they're cutting the plastic, but that's opening it for most people, right? It's no longer sealed. So it's like, what do you think about?
I don't like that at all.
As a reseller, I'm sure for you that's got to be difficult, but that's also like, is that not the same as like a scalper? Like, is a scalper and a reseller different in your opinion?
Yes.
Tell me why, Ray, because I would love to know this. As if people don't know by this point, Ray is he's the founding member of Nashville Flippers. I mean, and we're all flippers to some extent, right?
Yes.
But what's the difference between a scalper and a flipper?
So a scalper, they're buying whatever's hot at the moment.
Okay.
Okay. So 5 years ago, they were buying sneakers.
Okay.
It's kind of like, I would say, lack of a better term, like a crypto bro.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a scalper is going to go into a store and they're going to buy everything because there's going to be a little bit of value in there. They're going to clear out the shelves. They're going to let any for the kids.
Yep.
There's nothing of a community based in a scalper. In this case, we're scalping Pokemon cards.
Yes.
Okay. A reseller doesn't necessarily buy the stuff that's on the shelves during that time.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So a reseller could buy a box, hold it, and then maybe sell it down the road, or resell the packs individually, or what have you, or go to a local trading card store and find something that they know it's undervalued, and then they're reselling it because it's okay. They have it for this card's $5. I know I can get it graded, get it this much or whatever, or I can just flip it for $20 because they haven't mismarked or they haven't looked at the current market value, or there's more knowledge and there's more of a nuance to it.
But if I am like the kid who doesn't ever get Pokemon because it's always sold, do I care about the reasons why someone's buying it versus the fact that I just can't get it?
The reason why you don't see any of the products on the shelf is because of the scalpers, not because of the resellers.
So I think the biggest differentiator from what I'm hearing is that a scalper will buy all of it with no care of what other people who actually collect get.
Correct.
Okay.
And they're looking for the quick flip.
Care more.
The quick flip,
Yeah.
And then the reseller is more of like a long-term investor.
I'm curious what our listeners think about this.
I'm curious too.
I think that is the ideal, right? That's what we want. But I don't know if everybody, like if I went into a Target and there were 3 ETBs left of a product, if I'm a flipper, does that mean I'm leaving 2 of them? Or I'm leaving 1 of them?
Well, here's the thing. The reason why you see this happening, and it's not because of Pokemon cards. It's like a human instinct that we want what we can't have.
Sure.
Or what everyone else has.
Yes.
And I don't want to have this FOMO. If I just get 1 box, I need to buy all of them because I'm not going to be able to get any of them down the road.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So when you start seeing more stuff on the shelves, people are going to buy less of it.
Yeah, if there was more, it's a quantity based.
It's a quantity, yeah. But it's weird because as long as there's value and as long as there's scalpers buying all of it up, as a collector, as a reseller that resells things down the road, I have to buy that extra box because I don't know when I'm going to see another one.
Okay. Yeah, I do understand it, but it's like, I think we kid ourselves sometimes where it's like, guys, we're all the same. Like not all of us, but there's a similarity. There's a large Venn diagram of scalper and flipper, and that middle part, there's a lot more space in there than what we like to think.
And listen, this is going to sound super crazy.
Okay. I love it.
But I have nothing against scalpers. I have nothing against them.
Okay.
Because there are people, they are willing to do the legwork to make that little bit of profit or whatever. And I salute them.
Yeah.
Like, and I know some people are listening right now and it's like, well, they can go get a job or whatever, whatever.
Yes.
Maybe they don't want to get a job. Maybe they don't want to sit at a desk.
Yeah.
And maybe they're just doing this for a little bit and they're taking the money and they're reinvesting it and doing it whatever until they want to do what they want to do.
Sure.
A lot of people are sitting at home right now listening to this and they're complaining about money.
Yeah.
Which in reality, you can do something about it and you can make that little extra coin.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a quick story, Jesse. You know, as a reseller, I go to these Amazon bin stores, which like on certain days or everything in these bins are like a certain price.
Sure.
And it's like Amazon returns or shelf pulls from retail stores. I was in a conference in North Carolina and I went to a bin store in North Carolina and there was a high school kid there that goes there every Friday morning on restock days and he never buys anything. What he does is that he gets there and he finds all the good stuff or thinks what is good and he sells it to the people that are shopping there for more than the store is selling it for.
Wow. Okay.
So he never spends any of his own money and he sells it to the person that is shopping.
So he essentially goes in there, grabs it, and then he's like, hey, do you want this?
Do you want this?
And he'll sell it for more than what.
And for the person has to pay, not only does he have to check out with the item, but they has to pay the kid to do it. That is worth whatever is worth. So
is he doing this like online? Like where?
No, he's doing it right there that same day.
I could see like someone going live like on Whatnot or something and just being like, hey guys, found this item here.
People do that also.
Okay.
They'll sell live from the bins on a Whatnot stream.
Okay.
But this guy's selling it to the other customers that are shopping for the same item that he's there.
Interesting.
So if he finds a Lego set that everything in there that day is $10.
Yep.
That Lego set is over $100. Hey, I'll sell you this Lego set for $50 or for $20. Would you want to buy it? Yes, all day long, knowing that I can still sell it and make a profit.
Still make money.
And he never has to buy anything, and he's still going home and walking with quick cash.
So the name of the game is just getting in there first, holding on to it. Like once it's in your card, it's essentially his, right?
Exactly.
Now, what if someone's just like punches the kid in the stomach and just takes it?
Well, then he has a lawsuit on his hand.
That's
and he gets more money.
Yeah, he wants that.
He wants that.
Okay, yeah.
But some people are
okay. Yeah.
Some people, there's ways to make money.
I appreciate that.
Some people are too lazy.
Yes.
That's one of my pet peeves. I know that you had a bugaboo. That's one of my bugaboos right there.
Okay.
Is that people complain about their current economical status and they're not willing to do anything about it.
100% agree with you.
So, to that point, I don't have no hate on scalpers because they're doing what they need to do to
put some money on
or
in the pockets,
put some
food on the table.
And they're not doing anything illegal.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And they're spending the gas getting there or whatever. It just sucks that little Jimmy doesn't have his Pokemon cards this day. But usually it's not little Jimmy that's complaining. Usually it's another grown man like themselves complaining about getting Pokemon cards.
It is funny because it's like there's a part of me that's like I don't want to agree with you because I don't want to see like the people attack, but it is so true that most of the complaints come from the adults, and because again, kids, you could make
keyboard
the argument
warriors, I like to call them.
Yeah, you can make the argument that kids don't have the ability to get online and make those same arguments and yada yada. And I just saw my kid crying because they didn't get a box and they really wanted one. Those are the problems that I have, right? And that's the problem that I think a lot of people that would say they're flippers and not scalpers have. Yeah. But
and every line that I've ever been in that is Pokemon related, we're in the line and we're like, okay, what are you here for? What do you want? This is what I want. The people in the front are going to get priority, but it's like, okay, we have there's this much product, there's this much ETBs, everybody's going to get one of them. So we all kind of like.
Well, that's why I like this whole like Costco model or Sam's Club model where they're saying I can get some, but there's a limit per customer. I actually do like that, even though if I could buy it all, I'd probably buy it all in some cases.
Yeah, like there's the big photo, the big video that has gone viral of those three people buying a pallet of those prismatic evolutions from Costco, and everyone's like, "How's this happening? Are they backdooring stuff?" They have purchased. 2 per member, they have purchased like hundreds and hundreds of Sam's Club memberships to be able to do this.
Crazy.
So overall, when in the wash, they might be losing money, but you just never know. But they were willing to, work the system, do whatever they can to get all the stuff.
It's as true as when they said it in Jurassic Park as it is today when we talk about flippers and scalpers. Life finds a way. If they want to scalp it, if they set a rule like 2 per customer, they'll find a way to get around it. And that, I mean, hey, they played by the rules. They played
by the rules. It sucks. It's crazy. It's cringe. But hey,
that's hard to
each his own. Yeah. Do your thing, bro.
All right. Well, to that point, speaking of like what's going on in social media world, there was a couple things that Ray and I found that we figured we'd kind of comment on. Yours is what is it called?
Is this the Scammy Grammy?
Scammy Grammy.
This is ridiculous. Do you want to set it up?
Well, it's just from Link Cable Trades. I guess is the person who originally posted it, but you set it up because this.
Yeah, for sure. So this is a video. Link Cable Trades, which is a vendor, and it looks like he's at a selling his Pokemon cards. A grandmother and a grandson come up looking to sell their Pokemon cards. We don't see what it is. So he's looking to sell it. The vendor does a really great job telling him that the card that they have is fake, counterfeit. Kids in the playground, they're always buying and trading fake cards, right? He does a really good job educating them why it's fake.
Yep.
And the grandma she's a little, I don't know, she's a little sus to begin with.
Well, because she shushes the grandson.
She shushes the grandson at one point
when he's like saying like, "Oh, I don't know if this one has value to it," and she's
which is super sus. So she gives the card back, and they go along their way. Literally 5 minutes into the video, another vendor friend comes up and says, "Hey, man, can you double check this card? My brother just bought it. I think it's fake." And they're like, "I just told them that this card was fake, and they still shopped it around, and someone bought it."
Which is
another vendor bought it. Which is crazy.
What's so funny is that's the same. It's not the same video, but it was the same message of video that I sent over to you as well. I don't even think we need to play them. I think just like they're summing up what it is. And well, when we post on social media, you guys will be able to see the clips of it for real. But in this sense, it's just like that grandma. When I saw it, I thought to myself,
what a dirt bag.
Well, actually, you know what I did think? I thought this grandma is probably thinking, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's saying. My grandson, this is a real card. That's what I initially thought.
So you're giving this grandma the benefit of the doubt.
Well, hang on. I thought that at first. But then by the end, when he goes into like all the detail of this is fake for such and such reason. And then other people are saying fake, it could be fake as well. And then going to another person and then selling it, that is purposely trying to scam someone in my mind. If you're not 100% at that point, why are you trying to take someone else's money? And it's the same video. The video I was going to send over was actually, this was Professor Thomas F is who posted this. This may
I don't think I've seen this video.
And I don't even know if this is the original person who posted it, because I think whoever posted it is a bigger channel. But it was essentially a father and son goes up to a table. The dad first asks, "Are you buying?" And the guy says yes, and he shows him all the cards that they've got, and he's kind of flipping through. He's like, "Oh, this one right here, this is fake." And the dad's like, "You sure about that? That's fake?" And he's like, yeah, it's fake for this reason and this reason and this reason. And they're like, the guy's like, actually, you know what? To the kid, he tells him, if you tear this card up in front of the camera, then I'll give you another card to replace it. Like a nice guy. He didn't have to do that, but it's like, hey, let's get that out of circulation.
Yeah.
We don't need that out there. The kid did it, and guy gave him a card. They go through some more of them. He's like, oh, this one's fake. There's more fake ones in here. And then it's like, are you sure about this? And he's like explaining, yes, same thing. Other people are walking by the table and point out, yeah, that's fake. That's not real. The guy, the vendor says, I will give you some more cards.
Really?
To go ahead and rip these. And the dad's like, no, don't do it. Don't. He's telling his son, don't rip those cards. Inevitably, it ends up being that the dad will not rip those cards, and that the vendor, he's like they were still trying to do a deal. He's like, I'm not going to do a deal with you if you're not willing to get rid of these cards, because they were just going to go around and try and sell them to someone else. It's the same situation.
Do you think that that's what they were going to do?
Oh, I absolutely do. Because
as a person listening to what you just described, the vendor making the kid rip the cards, and I see his point about taking it out of circulation. I just feel like that's a little bit like crossing the line.
You think you shouldn't have made him rip it?
Or just maybe the first one, but then the other one's like, okay, let's not rip all. I just feel like that's telling like the dad how to raise their kid.
I can see that. I think it's
and
the
maybe
same
what
thing.
The dad could just kind of got a little.
I think it's the same thing with the granny, and it's the same thing that happened to me for
you are out there selling fake cards?
No. So this happened a couple months ago during the summer. I went to a garage sale not far from where we are now, and there was a guy selling tons of cards, and there was Pokemon cards as well. So I go to this garage sale, and the dad is selling these cards to make money so he can buy some new stuff. The son is basically trying to do the same. He is going to sell his Pokemon cards because he doesn't care about Pokemon anymore, he says. And in there is a fake card. In fact, there's a fake Pokemon card that I believe is just here in this office, I think, because I wanted it because we had recently talked about fake Pokemon cards, and I was like, I don't know if I've ever seen one that I know for sure is fake, so I wanted to have one in the office to be able to look back on. So anyways, as I'm going through a clutter here.
This is if you guys can see Jesse.
They can't see and they don't through all these cards. See. But the bottom line was I was like, why are you selling this anyways? And he's like, well, someone traded it to him. So, he wants someone else.
That's usually what happens. Yeah.
And that's exactly what this is. And I think it's the same thing with the grandma. It's like, well, my kid got taken advantage of, and that's not fair. So they should get their money.
But this guy was willing to give them real free packs.
Real cards, real packs. Yes, exactly. And that's what I felt was different about that one. It's like, all right, everyone's telling you it's fake. And the dad in there, we watched the video, and the dad is like, well, no, he can go trade them to someone else or go give them. He says, I'll give them to someone else. He's not going to give them to anybody. No, he just wants to try and get the money for himself too, or the kid. So yeah, it's an issue. I'm glad that we're talking about it at least, because it's like, hey, a few other people can hear. If that's the case, if you find out you got, fake cards, that stinks. But don't like take advantage of someone else just because someone took advantage of you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that seems pretty obvious. You sent over a link to a Professor Sports card video. I actually watched the whole thing right before this. Do you remember sending me this
for
link?
the PSA?
The PSA
the person
guy.
that working at for PSA.
Yeah.
What a great video, right? We need to have that guy on the podcast.
The guy's like he's like one of these guys who's like wired all the time. And I'm just like, it always, when guys
Florida
are like
man.
He's a Florida dude. Dude, I talked about Florida earlier today.
Florida man
is going nuts. That being said, though, he used to work at PSA. He was a grader, and he kind of like they were having a conversation of like, hey, what are things to know when you send in cards, or what is things that people don't know? One of the things I thought was most interesting was he said his boss told him that if you're going to submit your own cards for grading, never submit multiples of the same card at the same time.
That was a great tip.
I've heard people say that before, but to hear someone who worked there say this as well, because he said essentially, if a grader gets those cards and they look at one being, even though they could all be 10s, but one's like a better 10 than the rest, then that's going to be maybe your 10 and the others are going to be a 9.
Mm-hmm.
That's
crazy, right?
And here's the thing, PSA, if you're listening, I know you didn't say that. That was someone else. You could say it's a disgruntled ex-employee or whatever you want to say. It is just, it's funny because that's what it does seem like. And other people have said it. And now this guy's coming out as an employee saying the same thing. Yeah. There was a few others.
Yeah. Another thing that I found super interesting is that, they were saying how much he was getting paid, which was like $18 to like $22 an hour, which the person that is grading the card sees like this card is like worth thousands of dollars and they're only making this much an hour. They might get pissed off and they're gonna give you less of a grade.
There was probably a time where we could just trust that people had morals and just decided not to steal things and they just knew not to do that. I don't know. I feel like we're getting to a time where people don't just instinctively feel like, oh, I don't need to take this. If it feels right to take it, I should take it. That's what I think we're getting more and more to. And they
make like a story up in their head, like a Robin Hood. It's like, oh, well, he doesn't need this. He's a millionaire.
Exactly. Like, what do I got? I don't got nothing.
I got nothing.
And I agree. I do feel bad for disparity between, people's incomes and things like that. But at the same time, like I don't know how many people are just taught not to steal in California. I see some of the videos. It's just like crazy. And I'm generalizing, of course, but at the same time, that was a point of contention. It's like, hey, he's making $18 to $22 in the state of California. Things are already very expensive. That's not very much. But there was also like all the talk about overtime and what they would be forced
mandatory
overtime. And again, I want to talk to, maybe him or maybe someone else about this to see if like, is this true? Do other people will they reiterate the same points? But yeah, there was a few things in there that I thought was interesting, and I don't remember seeing a video like that before.
I know, that was interesting. It just came up on my YouTube. Another thing that I found interesting is how many people that work there would fight over grading the Pokemon cards.
Right? Like the fact that they would like bring out new cards of the day and then people would rush to go
line
get the
up
ones
to, it's like, let me grade
that they wanted. Yeah, which was interesting. He said like most of the people there were like Pokemon collectors or something, or TCG collectors. And it was a smaller fraction that were sports collectors. And then there was still like a small minority or maybe even like 20-25%. He said didn't probably collect anything.
They're just clocking in, clocking out.
Yeah, they were just there for the job, which, hey, it's a job.
Yeah, for sure.
I've done plenty of jobs that I did not have any real enjoyment in. So I do get that. But at the same time, I do find it interesting that they're going after those cards. And I think it was because they wanted the cards that required the least amount of research because they could get through more of them and therefore their numbers would go up versus like something that has how many different parallels and they have to do tons of research to make sure
it's like, which team does this guy play for? It's what year?
I mean, yeah, if you do a Pokemon card, there's very few variations of that same card.
Correct.
At least for, whatever data is on there. So I can understand that, but I've never heard that either. That was another interesting take from him. There was I feel like there was something else in there, but another piece of information regarding PSA. There was a video that someone put out that we've talked about this on the sports cards side of things, that it has not. We haven't seen like a huge difference in value on PSA 10 certs that are newer versus older.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are starting to think, well, maybe there should be, because of the fact that there's this perception that newer certs are harder to get tins on, which after talking to PSA, they maintain like, well, that's not really the case. It's just that the wording kind of changed to clarify that it's,
You talked to PSA?
Yeah, we talk. I mean, they're a sponsor over on SCN.
So what do they say about the issue? Because I mean, even the ratio between the centering has changed.
Well, they say that it was always 55-45. It just had it
wasn't on paper.
Variation.
It wasn't. They didn't have it on their website.
They say there was like a allowance of up to 60-40, but it was 55-45 before. I'll be honest with you. I have not been able to really.
I think that's BS.
I haven't really been able to say for sure, like, that makes perfect sense to me. Maybe I just need him to re-explain it. And
why would they change the numbers on the website?
I guess in the subtext is where it may have said this before, and now they brought it out to like the main area.
I don't think.
Listen. So. I will say, no matter what, we are seeing, at least in the Pokemon side of things, those numbers are changing as far as resale goes. Like a resale 10 for a newer cert has been going for higher than for an older cert, and that's because of the perceived change in grading. I am curious if this continues on the sports card side of thing. If people
is it a thing on the sports card side of things?
No, that's what I mean. Like, it's not really like it hasn't been. I think that there are probably some who have viewed it that way, but to know like it's becoming more of a thing in the Pokemon world, I think it's only inevitable that it will slip into the sports card side of things as well. If it hasn't already.
It gets weird, man.
Yeah.
Like, cause you want like the perfect card, and it's just weird how people like put premiums on certain things that really don't matter. And like the graded guard thing, I know I brought it up again, and like
the graded guard, like the different colors,
like the different colors. It's but like, I mean, that's the same thing.
It's all collectible. It's all like personal preference, right? Like if someone says they like the gold version versus anything else, it's like, well, that's their personal preference.
And then the swirl tax, like if you have a card that has a swirl, which I've started collecting cards specifically that have swirls.
Have you really?
Yeah.
See, that's a thing though. You're collecting them now. That means that other people are probably doing the exact same thing. How much would you say that you do, because like as far as your collecting goes, how much of your collecting is based on what you perceive other people wanting versus what you want?
That's a great question. I don't think anyone's ever asked me that question before. So there's a term in Pokemon called, and this is so stupid. You go up to a table, you see a card, you're like, how much is this card? $200. It's like, oh man, come on, it's for my PC.
Yeah.
For my personal collection.
Oh, yeah.
Cut me a break.
Yep.
It's like, dude, come on. Is it really for your PC, or are you going to flip it? Right. But every card in my collection is a card that I personally want.
Okay.
Because if a card goes down in value, if I bought it for a certain amount or whatever, and it loses like $1,000 or goes up $1,000 or whatever the case,
sure,
I still have the card because I want it. With that being said, there are certain cards that I want a 10 in because of the value, and it's more liquid over time.
I gotcha. Okay, sure.
So there are some cards in my collection that I just buy no matter what the grade is because of, I don't know, a swirl or nostalgia or whatever the case. And I don't want to spend like whatever amount is on that.
Okay.
So honestly, Jesse, I would think that maybe 90% really is things that are investable. Like I want to be able to flip them down the road if I need to. Like I had just had a poncho, like the Magikarp was up like a ton of money, which is sort of sold, and now it's down like $2,000. But when I purchased it, it was way less than any of it. So I'm still up. But you have to think about those things. It's like, oh man, I could have sold this card, but you just never know.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I asked that question because I think there's a lot of that in what you and I do, which is we collect, but we also will flip things. I think you'd be pretty hard pressed to find people that would not agree with the same. Like they collect things that they like, but it's also what they think others may like to a large extent because they don't fully plan on holding that forever. They don't necessarily need that for their collection. If they just happen to keep it for a long time, great. But if not, it's going to someone else and they're buying it because they think someone else will want it.
Exactly. But in that case, also, I've seen binders where people just collect a certain amount of a certain Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it's just that Pokemon, just a regular common card or, just cute cards or pink cards and that's their collection and it has no value, but it does to them.
I agree.
And I love that kind of collector.
I 100% agree with you. Yeah, I do too. I like people who don't care what the value is. If they like it, they like it.
It's like I only collect Jigglypuff cards.
Yep.
And my whole binder is Jigglypuff.
Oh, 20 cents? Sure. Yeah. Throw it in there. I'll take it. Yeah. I wish there were more. That's what we need more of though. And I've talked about that several times. We just need more collectors in general. But there was one point I wanted to bring out when it comes to like all of our collecting. Like when it comes to cards and all this, it's just the sheer number of dollars that is going into this right now. So there was a news report that came out on Saturday that I saw. It said that in 2025, Target has said their card sales are up 70%. They said it's approaching $1 billion this year.
Just in card sales.
And they're
who else? Why are people going into Target on a regular basis anyway?
Yeah, what do you do besides buy Pokemon and or other non-sport cards? But they're attributing this mostly to Pokemon trading cards and sports cards. I think in that order.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart is up 200% on their marketplace in sales year over year. It is crazy the amount of money that is going into cards right now. I think it's fantastic. Honestly, I mean, as someone who's in this for both the enjoyment, but also it is how I make a living now, both talking about and selling cards. It's very, very cool to see this much money go into this, but I'm gun shy from 2021. When I hear about, we're setting new records of money coming into the hobby, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's just, now my ears are perked and I'm watching to see, does that make sense? Does that sale make sense? And for a long time, even before this, I think it's been hard to say why some sales happen. And because it comes down to, again, personal preference. Someone liked it, so they bought it and they spent more because there was another guy who bought it or liked it as well. But right now, when I hear billions of dollars, are being spent, 200% year over year increases, these things make me wonder like, that's a lot. And that's a lot in a short period of time.
Yes.
So that's where I'm more nervous.
I've been recently, Jesse, I've been more nervous about the state of the hobby more than ever.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
And that doesn't help because,
and I don't know if we're right either. Like to play devil's advocate,
wrong. But it could be like we were talking earlier in another episode, like the lipstick effect.
Yeah.
So that could be a little bit of.
What was the lipstick effect again? How did that work?
People are spending money on.
Oh, yes.
Instead of buying a new car or going on vacation or whatever.
They want that dopamine fix. They want that little source of pleasure. So they're spending it on something that they can afford versus a vacation or some big purchase.
Correct.
So they are spending money on things they don't need, but it's just on smaller things as opposed to the bigger ones. Yeah, it could be. We may just be in a perfect economy where that is the case, right? Like I don't know exactly.
Man. It scares me because I don't want it to be another junk wax era, and that's every time. You see it on the Facebook group. It's like, oh man, the bubble's gonna burst. The bubble's gonna burst. The bubble's gonna burst. The people are gonna start getting Pokemon cards again. The sets that we're seeing that are coming out,
mm-hmm.
I don't see it slowing down at all.
No.
In the Pokemon world, at least. But I mean, I'm very eerie to say that I don't think there is a bubble per se.
Yeah.
But there is, like you said, things are weird. Like my intuition says that something's off.
It's funny you say that because it's like I base a lot of my comments here around just like my personal feelings sometimes. And I'm trying not to. I'm trying to base it more on, okay, what do the numbers and facts say? And if you go to a card show, there's a lot of people there. And if you go to like an auction or a break, there seems to be a lot of people in those too. And it's like, well, it could just be that there's more people. It's finally happening, and we're just like scared that this good thing could be a bad thing, when in fact it's really just the fact that finally these good things are happening. That we brought in more people. All of us were successful by participating and promoting the hobby, and now we brought in more. And there's people with hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, and they're spending them on cards, and so everything's going up, and it's all great. That could be it. And I'm not gonna. I'm not even gonna put a caveat on it. That could be it. Period. So when we say all these things, just all I say is educate yourself, because that's all you can do. Is don't spend money that you don't have.
Ooh,
and do not go out and assume that something is the case just because one person told you that's the case.
Yeah.
Do your own research.
Yes. Do your own research. And by that being said, I can help you do your own research by going up to the YouTube channel, where we have great videos on different things that are up, that are down, investment-like videos, cards that you should pick up.
Yes.
Just suggestions, if you will. But
there's all giveaways in there too.
There is great giveaways. We just hit a special illustration rare Eevee.
That was huge.
That we're giving away. So
what's the value on that? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Actually, I was curious. I meant to look that up, but yeah, I know it's a nice hit for sure.
Yeah, I would say at least is $100.
Ooh, yeah. By the way, if we had someone higher up from TCG Player on the podcast, would you be cool with that?
That would be amazing.
Okay, because I think we're going to. They reached, eBay, one of the higher ups there reached out, and they said that, because I don't know if you know this, TCG Player was bought out by eBay.
I did know that, yes.
So they got me in touch with those people.
eBay bought out TCG Player.
Yes, I'm sorry if I didn't say that way. Yes, but that's the case. So we're going to have, in fact, I'm supposed to have a call with them soon. I just haven't gotten a confirmation on the date. But yeah, we're supposed to have someone from TCG Player on. And I thought of it as like, hey, we could have them on to talk about their site and cards, but it's also like, what do we ask them about? And I'm sure there's things I just can't figure out, but I want to put that out to the audience as well. Like,
I mean, TCG Player, like eBay, which is weird that they are now one and the same.
Yeah.
Whenever you look at the value of a card, if it's not a graded copy, you'll go to TCG Player. The price on the items that we're selling, anything TCG, is dictated by what TCG Player says.
By the way, I just went to TCG Player to find out what that Eevee is worth.
What do we got?
Just so everybody knows, it did start out around it was $215 in April. It is down. It is about $100 right now.
So, like I said, $100
for a raw
card. And it is a raw card.
So it's not bad.
And it, to be honest, guys, I looked at it the other day. Looks pretty crispy.
Really?
Looks real good.
If you guys want to win that card, you got to go out and watch that video. Which video was it again?
The video where we buy the prismatic box from Sam's Club.
Oh, yeah, the Sam's Club one. Okay. Check that thumbnail. You'll be able to find it. The last thing I wanted to talk about today was just the SpongeBob release. October 1st, I believe, is the actual release date. They have sent out sales material. I found out I'm getting 2 cases, which is actually a lot less than what I was expecting. I thought we were going to get a decent amount to be able to break. But what I'm thinking is the case is because of the fact that this comes out a week after Disney, they said specifically that this is going to be very limited for the first release.
That makes sense. They don't want to saturate it, but September, shoot.
Yeah. So, I mean, September into October, just guys, be prepared. I don't have any breaks scheduled this weekend, but we are going to have Ray be breaking hopefully here.
We'll be breaking soon.
We got some wrestling coming soon.
I might bring out my wrestling character.
He's going to be breaking on Fanatics Live, so that'll be pretty fun. But until that time, save your other non-sport money for the end of the month.
Spend it all with me, please.
Well, me too.
And Jess.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So spend all of that on breaks. No, but it's SpongeBob is October 1st. It will be we don't have exact pricing, what it's going to come out at. I'm going to guess if it was like $300 for like the initial buy, if you won that EQL, I'm going to say it's probably going to be about $550. If I underdid it last time, I said $600 to $650 on the Disney boxes. This time I'm going to say $500 to $550 on SpongeBob. Ooh. It's I'm hoping that's the highest it's going to go.
Autographs?
There's autos in there. So
what kind of autos? Legit?
So
facsimile?
You got legit and facsimile. You got both. It's very similar to Disney. So you got the facsimile of all the big characters, but then you're also going to have, in fact, there's actually the checklist has a ton of these facsimile characters that are going to be signing. So that could be cool, especially if you are, fans of Barnacle Boy and
Barnacle Boy,
Man Ray, and the Quickster, Misappear, like some smaller companies or characters that people aren't maybe as familiar with. But then you'll also have, I guess Barnacle Boy is a bigger character, but you'll also have your SpongeBob's in there, and you'll have Squidward and a few others. Those are all, again, your non-actor autographs, your facsimile autographs. However, they will have real autographs as well. So you will have.
Who are the real? Do we know what all the real autographs are?
We do.
Is there any dual autos? I would love to have a
dual and triple autos.
Triple.
Now, the one character I think that is not included in here that I really, really wanted to see was Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs isn't in
Mr. Krabs, the guy who does Mr. Krabs, did not sign in this, unfortunately. At least he's not on the checklist. So, Clancy Brown is that actor's name. But Tom Kenny, who plays SpongeBob, I don't know if I know how to pronounce Patrick, the guy who plays his last name. Bill Fagerbach?
Sure.
Yeah, we're going to go with that.
Shout out to Mr. Fagerbach.
A guy who goes by Mr. Lawrence, who also plays
Martin Lawrence?
Just Mr. Right? I don't know. I don't know if that's Martin Lawrence. I'm looking at his picture. I'm going to guess it's not him.
Okay.
Can anyone ever say for sure
that
someone's not someone? Roger Bumpus, who plays Squidward, and Sandy Cheeks, she will be signing in this as well. There are a number of other autos in here that are cool, that are not, big characters, but they're bigger names. So like Johnny Knoxville will be signing in this. Patton Oswalt is signing in this. Maybe some are familiar with Mark Hamill. He played a little guy named Luke Skywalker. Apparently he played a character, and therefore he was signing in here as well. So you'll have a lot of really cool autos in this product. I am very excited about this.
Dude, what's the triple auto?
So let me see how many triple autos. There's 3 different triple autos. One has Bob Joel's voice. Ooh, I looked this up beforehand, and now I am blanking. Let me look real quick. Bob Joel's.
I would love to have
Man Ray.
Man Ray.
So he voiced
Man Ray's Barnacle Boy, probably.
So he does one with Man Ray, Mark Hamill, and Tom Kenny. So Mark Hamill, obviously, Tom Kenny is SpongeBob. Mark Hamill, we know who he is. I don't know what the connection is between Man Ray,
look it up,
Mark Hamill's character, and
my SpongeBob lore is a little off.
Yeah, I know, right? It's been a few years for both of us, I think. Roger Bumpus, who again is Squidward, Carolyn Lawrence, who is Sandy Cheeks, and D. Bradley Baker, who is oh man, now there's so many of these that I'm starting to forget. D. Bradley Baker plays like a number of characters.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of the voice actors play multiple characters.
Yeah.
I would love to have a SpongeBob voice actor English version and the Spanish version.
Oh, wait, there's a Spanish version? I mean, I guess that would make sense.
Yeah, like the dub version. The guy that does the SpongeBob voice is incredible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's actually kind of cool. All right. Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. By the way, D. Bradley Baker is known for voicing Perch Perkins. Floyd. Like, there's so many. He has voiced so many characters. I don't need all of those. I just need to know what his biggest character is, people.
Who is it? What is his name?
Oh, D. Bradley Baker. He signs
Bob Barker?
He signs multiple spots.
D. Bradley.
Oh, Baker. Bubble Bass. I guess that's like,
who's that?
Perch Perkins, Bubble Bass. I think that's like his biggest character. Bubble Bass is like the guy, I think, who hid the pickles under his tongue when he ate the Krabby Patty in one of those episodes.
He does a lot. He does Daffy Duck.
So then, anyways, a lot of cool signers, cool triple autos, cool dual autos. You will have a dual auto of both Patrick and Squidward. Or, I'm sorry, Patrick and SpongeBob.
But that's probably going to be the chase. I would
imagine, right? Like it's got to be. But then you'll have a couple other ones in there. The inserts are looking pretty cool. They've got some shadow box ones that are going to be numbered at most out of 20. You'll have the rest of them will be like super fractors. I am very excited about this product, and I don't think there's many that I've said something to about this that weren't also excited. I just feel like this is going to be huge. I am very curious how well it does going forward, especially since there was already a Topps SpongeBob product a number of years ago. But I think most people are going to consider this as like the reset, the new one, I guess. But it's for the 25th anniversary, so I don't know if this will be a continued thing. Like every year they're going to bring this back out. But
is there going to be any sketch autos or any sketch cards?
Yeah. I'm sorry. There will be a number of sketch cards in there too, which that's another big chase in this product because of the fact that you've got the SpongeBob Doodle Bob. So Doodle Bob, the guy, Paul Tibbett, who's like one of the creators, he will be signing for that one as well. But there's sketches, and I think he does sketches too. So
I'm excited.
A lot of things coming out with that. The product comes out at the end of the month. I will be breaking a lot of this too, so come check it out. But I would love to see people's hits on this thing.
Dude,
so continue to post, share them.
Sheesh. That would be so dope.
Oh,
to hit the Doodle Bob?
I think that's about it. There was I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, it was just I think we kind of referenced this because it's in comic books. The 70th anniversary of the Muppets. They're doing these comic book variations where they're portraying the Muppets as Marvel characters.
Oh, so it's not cards, it's comic books?
So these are comic books, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think it would be, but I would hope that they would turn this into some kind of like maybe a one-off set because I think that would be really cool.
You know, I've said it before, Jesse. Yeah. The only reason why I ever want to be famous is to be in a Muppet movie.
I mean, I feel like this is your opportunity to really get in with the Muppet world is through if they came out with a card thing, then it's like, oh, well, you have a podcast that talks about cards with Muppets and
it can be like a cameo.
Yeah,
like
just a little
behind the scenes.
That'll be a thing. We're going to work on it. But the artwork looks really cool. Yeah, the fact that you have like the chef doing like the Wolverine, the classic Wolverine from like the 1990 Impel card, where he's got like the 3 wooden spoons for claws in his hand, and then he's got like the finger, like the come hither finger going. It's just so cool. You got like Fozzie Bear as is that Venom?
Venom. It's actually Black Spider-Man.
I was going to say, I thought that was Black Spider-Man,
just to be clear.
Thank you for that.
Excuse me. Nerd alert.
Kermit as Thor with
Silver Surfer.
Gonzo as Silver Surfer. Yeah, I don't know.
Who's your favorite Muppet, Jesse?
Oh.
Do you have a favorite Muppet?
Man.
You're not a Muppet guy.
Well, I was a Muppet kid. I loved like Muppet Babies, and I really enjoyed the Muppets and Fraggle Rock and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like
Jim Henson?
I feel like maybe I just kind of
Dark Crystal, Labyrinth.
Out. My wife is really into those. She loves Dark Crystal.
Dude,
and
the Labyrinth?
Yeah. It's crazy stuff. I would say I really like the new Jason Segel version of the Muppets as well.
Am I a Muppet?
The soundtrack is so good. Yeah.
Or a man.
Muppet cards. We need to see more Muppet cards, I would say.
Topps needs to get on that.
Let's get some Jim Henson cut autos in there.
What's your boy, the
Aaron
guy
Abrams.
that's coming?
Yeah, we'll talk to him about getting some Muppet cards. That was one thing I was going to mention back when we were talking about the SpongeBob thing and Disney. Is some of these start out as anniversary sets. Like that's how Disney 100, when the UK released, it was the 100th anniversary. And then all of a sudden we started getting Topps Chrome Disney.
They're like testing the waters.
I may be. So it feels like this SpongeBob set, if this does as well and it continues to do as well as it's looking like it's going to do, we might continue to get SpongeBob.
Let me ask you this question. I know we're running out of time. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here.
Yeah.
What IP would you want in a non-sport? The Office.
Simpsons. The Simpsons first.
Simpsons don't have?
No, I mean, they don't have anything in the last
currently
20-something years.
Man, that would be crazy if they have the Simpsons.
There's going to be a Simpsons one. There's no chance there couldn't be. Well, I guess
so
the only
many
chance
characters.
would be the cost of it. I keep hearing rumors about there being a Simpsons one. There was someone that once told me it's happening, but that was like now multiple years ago.
Sheesh.
And I have not seen or heard anything.
You should look at the Simpsons Lego Quickie Mart.
I will tell you, after I just did the Lego Millennium Falcon over the weekend, I am hard into Lego. We are getting a Lego person on here. I think maybe next week. That's the goal, is to get a Lego person on. I forgot how much I enjoyed Legos.
So another investment, Ray, is, Legos they retire. I don't know if you know that.
Where they stop producing that set.
Correct. And they don't touch it ever.
And that's what I like. There's enough of this bringing stuff back, like in diluting the popularity of that collectible.
So Lego as an investment piece is really good. Like,
that's what I've heard.
So
now you got the first $1,000 Lego set coming out with that new Death Star.
It's garbage.
Okay, so I saw someone else doing a review of it.
It's so bad.
It does not look like that should have been their first one, or they should have put some more thought and attention into it.
It's cheeks, to say the least. But
cheeks, is that a thing the kids are saying?
That's what I say.
Like cheeks? Booty cheeks?
Yeah, it's cheeks.
I've never heard that. Okay.
What is you have a teenage daughter?
She's 11, but I mean is she doing the
6'7" thing?
What's 6'7"?
6'7"? No,
I don't think she is.
Okay.
I will tell her there are times where I ask her, like, hey, have you heard of this? She's like, oh yeah, you mean that? And she'll like demonstrate it. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, she knows that she just doesn't do it. That's cool. But yeah, I don't know, 6'7". She still like she gets on my nerves because I'll say something and she'll be like, that's so skibbity, Ohio. Right
still?
now.
She's still saying that?
She does it because she knows that.
Gotcha, because it's cringe.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, to your point, I love a Lego. I love a good Lego set. Something that my wife and I do when we go on vacation, we get to the beach. We always go to the beach. We go to the Target. We pick out a Lego set and we do it throughout the week.
That is fun.
Yeah.
Man, I like that. You guys don't have any kids and you're doing that as adults.
As adults.
That's fun. I'm glad that you guys can both enjoy that. And here's the thing. I don't know if I've done a Lego set in the last 20 years.
Dude, they're great.
I didn't realize just how easy it is now as far as like the instructions and the packs and all that stuff. Because I feel like when I was a kid, I would just buy a box and it was like
all in one thing.
Yeah, it was all it was like, well,
and then you can download the app with the instructions and then you can like move it around. So like,
what?
Yeah.
That's a thing I can do?
So like, it's like, man, I wish I would have seen this from another angle because sometimes it's confusing.
Yeah.
And you can move it or you can move the image around.
Lego, let's talk. Let's get some people on here.
Dude, I love talking
Lego. It up because I think that is a cool collectible. And it's a fun one to show off too.
Pokemon, Lego just got the Pokemon IP.
I remember hearing about that. Yeah, that'll be a fun episode when we finally get those sets out. All right.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Guys, thank you so much for listening to Hobby Nonsense. Again, your support means a lot to us, and that means liking, subscribing, following. Like right now, I'm not asking you to just write us a check. I would never do that. I don't think I would ever do that. I'm trying to think of a scenario where I would be like, guys, send me your checks. But for real, any support really comes from like social media stuff. Fortunately or unfortunately. So if you are on any of those things, we appreciate your likes, your views, your follows. And hopefully you guys are getting something out of it, something fun, or content that's educational. So 3 E's of Ray Solorio, which are entertaining, educational. Ooh,
come on.
Not exciting, but exciting could be one.
Hey, let's do it.
We could be a 4.
It's emotional. So that goes into being exciting, if you will.
That's an emotion. All right, nailed it. So that's
nailed it.
That's what we do here on Hobby Nonsense. Thank you for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.